So hey y'all, and welcome back to Lisa's Cottage. Today is our last episode of our 10 Tidbits of Cleaning Tips series. The reason this Monday is our last one is next Monday is the 25th, which that is Christmas, and we're just going to take that time off, which will be our last day of Vlogmas. But we're just going to finish up our 10 tidbits of cleaning tips this Monday of this series. However, if you found this interesting or something that you enjoyed, I may have something up my sleeve for 2018. So if you think you might be interested in what that might be, come back or keep an eye out for possibly a new series for 2018. Today's tip 1, is how to clean or dust some delicate areas, such as like our flower arrangements, like I have here on the dining room table. This is my Christmas arrangement for the dining room. I've had this several years. So how you could dust this without messing the arrangement up, just pull out your handy dandy blow dryer, set it on cool, and give it a blast to knock that dust off. Yes, it's going to knock the dust around, so you would want to do this before you dust the room, or take this to a space that you don't mind the dust get knocked around, or even if you could carry it outdoors. There is tip 1, how you can knock the dust and keep the dust off of your silk flowers arrangements or artificial arrangements that you use from year to year, or just that you need to knock the dust off before it builds up and gets that sticky, gummy dirt that ends up clinging, and then it ends up turning to dirt, not dust. Tip 2, it's not dirty enough to take off and wash, or you want to maintain it in between the times that you take your AC intake door completely off. You can just use a handy dandy paintbrush to clean in between the grates. This is one of my better brushes that I use to do trim, but you can just buy a real inexpensive paintbrush like at Lowe's or a Home Depot or any hardware store, or like we like to do, shop online at Amazon and just purchase maybe a kit full of paintbrushes, different sizes, and you can use them in the tight spaces for a dusting tool. Just a soft, real soft bristle paintbrush. And tip 3, how to preserve your wood. An easy cleanup to keep it from getting scratched or having watermarks on it from your glasses or your plates or your servingware. We measured the size of the table, and then we had the glass cut to put on the table, because it's far easier for me to take a glass cleaner to clean the glass off than to I always have to make sure that we have placemats down. If I didn't have glass on it, we would have to have placemats down or a tablecloth or some form of protection. So we just get glass cut to put on top of the areas that we're trying to protect, that we know could possibly have damage done to it from glasses or plates. Or tip 4, those rubber gloves, disposable rubber gloves for cleaning, so you can just use one pair and throw it away. And you're like, but those gloves are hard to get off because my hands get sweaty in them, and then they're hard to pull off. Well, here's a tip. You can use baby powder. I have shower to shower. I don't have any baby powder on hand, but here is the shower to shower. Take your powder, sprinkle it down inside of your gloves, and that should make for an easier pull off of the gloves. And if you've ever used hospital gloves, when you've had to go scrub up and put gloves on for whatever reason that they had you to scrub up, those gloves have like a powdery feel on the inside of them. And a dusting tip. When you're dusting the tops of your furniture and you're using your furniture polish or the product that you use to clean the tops of your furniture or your furniture, have on hand a second clean cloth maybe put an X on it or something so you won't get it mixed up with your polish cloth, which it wouldn't make a big deal if you did, because I do use this cloth as well. It's what I'm fixing to show you, to use the clean dry cloth. As you're putting the pieces back up on top of your furniture, use your cloth and dust off your items, and that way that keeps the dust from building up and turned into dirt, which it makes it very complicated to get off once it gets many layers of dust on it, and then it's hard to get it off, and you can't exactly wash a lot of the items that you have on your tabletops. So just keep an extra cloth with you, and or you can use that one. So the tip here would be, when you dust your surfaces and you put your items back up on the surface, be sure to dust your items on the surface as well, as much as you possibly can. Like I would run my cloth over these deers, I would run the cloth over the lamp, all around. However, stuff like this I wouldn't run the cloth on. I could take the blow dryer to it to knock the dust off, or even take the paintbrush and get the delicate areas such as her face and her hands, and maybe like her dress. Sometimes the stuff is just so simple and I will forget, and then I'll hear someone else say it, mention it, or even watch them. I'm like, you know what? I have not done that in so long. Why have I forgotten to do that? So maybe this just serves as a reminder. So you're having guests, you're having an event at your home, family, and you do not have enough storage space to store a small cleaning caddy for when you need to pop in your bathroom, like every hour or so, to check the situation of the bathroom with all the guests and family and the people that are using your guest bathroom. And you come in to inspect if they have enough hand towels. If you're using cloth towels, you're checking the situation of that, if it needs to be changed. But you don't have storage to store away a small cleaning caddy that would hold like glass cleaner, paper towels, surface cleaner. Just get the small caddy and put those items that you will need to restock or to clean or to do a quick wipe down behind your shower curtain in your tub. You can also put a small garbage can, 4 gallon, 8 gallon. That way when you come into the restroom and your garbage needs to be emptied, you can tie that bag up and put it in that 8 gallon trash can behind the shower curtain. That way you've got everything stored away, because more than likely you're not going to have any guests at your gathering or your event or your Christmas party that needs to take a shower. So you can use that space to hide things away. That way when you do need to change the garbage, you're not walking back through the living room or the kitchen or wherever you need to walk, and guests are standing around and they see you walking through with a garbage bag. Put that filled up garbage bag, tied up garbage bag in that 4 or 8 gallon trash can or pail that you have hidden behind your shower curtain. And you might want to have like a small laundry basket or any kind of just small basket where you could throw the dirty, the wet hand towel, throw it in the basket behind the shower curtain. So use your shower curtain to store a small caddy filled with items that you would need to refresh your bathroom, a small garbage can when you tie up your bag of garbage here from your trash can in the bathroom to throw into the garbage can, and then maybe a small basket to throw dirty towels in if you're using cloth hand towels. That way the guests will never know when you went into the bathroom you were really doing a quick wipe. You don't have to do a thorough clean, just do a quick inspection of the bathroom of what needs to be restocked, what needs to be wiped down, and there you have it. No one will ever know, but yet your restroom will always be clean for your guest and ready to use. So the things that I would have in my caddy would be glass cleaner, paper towels, disposable gloves, several pair, my scrubbing bubbles, because that will work on my sink top, my vanity top, as well as my toilet. And then I would make sure I have plenty of toilet paper stocked in the bathroom here under the sink, as well as I make sure I have plenty of personal hand towels stocked under the sink, as well as if you're doing hand towels, make sure you have plenty of those stocked under your sink. So that would be my tip for your Christmas holiday guest when you're holding or hosting events at your house. And here's another tip. We're moving on through these tips. When I want to do a deep down thorough cleaning that my polish won't get up from those little corners and crevices and all those little spaces, that's when I will break out. And I do this about once a month. I use my warm water, my clean rag, and my Dawn dishwashing liquid. But I also make sure that I have a clean, soft cloth. When I use my Dawn in water, I will wring the rag out real well and wipe over the surface, and then I will go behind the damp rag and make sure I dry the surface thoroughly, because I don't want to leave any water on the wood or any moisture on the wood. My next cleaning, if I dust that week or the following week, I'll go back to using my polish. So I like to use the Dawn, a clean soft cloth, warm water, and dry it all down at least once a month to get all the deep down dust and dirt off. And it seems to bring it up much better than if I just polish over it, because it seems like the polish just might keep building up. So there's another tip. Another place you can use that Dawn. Never underestimate your Dawn dishwashing liquid. And the next tip, and this works, or it worked for me. You're having a really stinky odor issue and you're trying to get rid of it, and you've tried everything that you can think of. What I did when we canned our tomatoes over the summer from our garden, one of the cans, the jars didn't seal. And if you've ever smelt tomatoes or canned tomatoes that didn't seal, it is the nastiest smell that will actually go through an entire house. I kept smelling, I was like, I keep smelling puke. I keep smelling puke. Sorry if that's gross, but that's exactly what it smelled like. Finally, our nose led us exactly to where the smell was coming from, and it was where we have our cans, our canning stored. One of the jars, out of all the jars, didn't seal, and it left the nastiest smell. And of course, we had to strip everything out of there and use bleach water to clean everything up, and all the jars sitting around. What worked for us to get that smell out of that storage area was I poured some distilled white vinegar into a bowl or a jar or a cup, a bowl full of it, and just let it sit. And it seemed to take that smell out and odor out, because I was like, oh my goodness, this is just gonna have to go. A bowl full of vinegar, put it in the stinky area that the stink is coming from, and let's hope that it takes up the stank. So another tip, have a designated space that you store your cleaning supplies. It may be, being that we're coming up on a new year, 2018, go over your cleaning supplies or tools, your cleaning tools, and what you don't use, get rid of it. If you don't use it, it's just taking up space. My tip is to have a designated area that your cleaning tools are stored in. That way when you go to get them, you know exactly where to go. And to close up this week's of 10 tidbits of cleaning tips Monday series, this is a wrap to our series. Are you getting an Apple product for Christmas? Is Santa bringing a family member an Apple product for Christmas? Ask if you can have those boxes. Those boxes make for excellent drawer organizers. So when you're preparing to organize your drawers in 2018 to clear the clutter, you can use your Apple boxes as drawer organizers. They're sturdy. Some of them fit just perfect in some of the drawers, or even maybe like your nightstand or a jewelry drawer. That would be my tip. If you're getting an Apple product, or you know someone's gotten an Apple product, ask them if you can have their boxes. And me, the box collector, I had quite a few boxes. So there's our last tip. It wraps up our 10 tidbits of cleaning tips Monday, our series. I've enjoyed sharing these tips with you. If you have any tips that you would like to share with us, or items that I have shared with you, if you have other ways that you could use them, we would love for you to share them with us. I appreciate you all hanging out with me through these 10 tidbits of tips Monday series. I also got to do some cleaning because I knew I needed to get things done to show you how they work or how I use them in my house. This is where I'm going to say, until we meet again, you all take good care and bye-bye.